We have something unplanned looking here. A climate change sign. Looks like young folks trying to draw attention maybe to our climate emergency.
In fact, there are a couple of groups who do silent vigils in downtown Brattleboro every Friday.
I think they might be drawing the connection that our farms would be in struggle if we have more difficult weather patterns, which we've had a very wet May. A lot of farms are struggling, and some of that could be attributed to the climate crisis. We have the new chapter. They were founded over 35 years ago to bring natural wellness to others. They believe in the healing power of nature. They're heading around the folks that are on the road here. Well, these folks are shouting out for help, but I'm not sure what they want us to do.
You'll find that Brattleboro is a community that prides itself on public activism in almost any area.
Well, and activism is a good thing. It's helpful to know what they're being active about. What do they want to see people do? But also make sure the parade can continue.
We are doing a TV broadcast. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So they've got petitions for people to sign. I guess they'll be working through the parade, but hopefully they can work through the parade to get people to sign the petitions, but also maybe let the parade continue to come through for folks. I think folks would like to see the parade continue as well. I think many people are supportive as well. We would like to see the parade continue, and folks can take individual actions to help with climate change as well. I think maybe that's some of what they're hoping folks do. So we can work together. Folks can encourage climate action be taken, but also encourage the parade to be able to continue. Yeah. Obviously, climate crisis is the biggest issue of our day. And folks down here in Brattleboro and Windham County do a tremendous number of things, but we also want to be able to have the parade continue as well, please. sometimes you start to lose support from people that would otherwise support you if you stay along a bit too long. A lot of folks here are doing a lot. Folks are trying to carpool more. Thank you. I think they've done a great job raising attention about the climate crisis. They have petitions for people to sign, for people to do more about the climate crisis. Folks should take individual action. I think they've made a wonderful point about the challenges we face. Hopefully we can encourage them with large rounds of applause for the effort they've made, and then maybe if they could move on and let the parade continue, we'd really appreciate it. I want to thank our local law enforcement for trying to help them move along in a pleasant way first, if possible. I think everybody would benefit from that. This community is wonderfully supportive, and you can sign the petitions to do more.
Certainly those petitions which call on the Brattleboro Select Board to make some action are the proper way to go.
Thank you. Let's give them applause for standing up for our climate. It's their future that we're fighting for here, folks. We all need to do our part. And thank them for making a great show. Part of, it's not just a show, it is an important movement that we're all trying to work on around climate change. But we also need to let the parade continue. We have a lot of great parade entrants who have done a lot of work to prepare to be here today. They've made floats, they've taken care of their animals, they've run great organizations. They're trying to be out here today to celebrate Vermont agriculture, our food systems. And you know, I think everybody here recognizes the connection between our climate and our food systems. But we also want to honor those folks who've done a lot of work to get ready for today's parade, to be here for you, and our crowds that have come out for them.
Certainly the farmers are great stewards of the environment. I know that if you weren't, you wouldn't be in business for long.
Well, and I think a lot of farmers are doing more and more. They're growing cover crops, working hard to grow their soil, do carbon sequestration, which is a huge part of climate change. I think a lot of folks can recognize if they support farms that are growing cover crops and raising their crops in ways to help our environment, they're helping with us. Each one of us in our day-to-day activities are both impacting and hopefully helping with the climate crisis, and food, which is what we're celebrating today, is a huge part of that.
Certainly the point is we all can do more.
We all can do more. And these folks are trying to raise attention to that, which is wonderful, but also hopefully we can have it move along. A point has been made to us that actually a lot of the floats also have vehicles, and those vehicles are now idling, which is a little counterproductive to the climate crisis. So we get this moved along, we'll get those vehicles moving along, and we'll be able to continue. Well, there's a great bike, someone who's clearly doing his part for the environment.
Indeed.
I want to thank our first responders for being gentle, but making sure the work is done so we can keep the parade going along as well. maybe some of the folks along the side there, if you could move to the side a little, they'll be able to carry these folks to the edge. If those folks on the sidewalk could make a little space.
So again, we are in the middle of live coverage of the 2019 Strolling of the Heiffer Parade. And what do they have to say?
Well, I just checked in with some of our great first responders here, and they're going to wait on the parade till we get the last person out of the way, just from a safety perspective. We don't want either the animals or some of the vehicles coming through to injure anybody. So we're taking safety first.
And frankly, when you have live animals involved, this is just as frightening for them.
That's right. And actually, some of those animals now have been standing out on the hot pavement as well, which isn't very good for their health. So it would be great if folks... Great effort here to raise awareness. That's really important. But also, as said earlier, we've got cars idling, which is sort of counterproductive to the goal. We've got animals that are standing out in the sun on the hot pavement, and we're all thankful that it's a sunny day after all the rain we've had, partly due to climate change. But frankly, those animals, it's not great for them to be standing on the pavement as long as they're being forced to in this situation.
So it'll just be a little bit before we are able to get going again. And an excellent point made by the younger generation about the need for activism. And of course, they're working on getting a petition in front of Brattleboro, asking that the select board and ultimately the town commit to making changes with haste to act on climate crisis.
Well, I think that's something towns can do locally. I think the state can do more as well, and obviously even nationally and internationally. Thank you to the folks bringing attention as well as the folks helping keep the parade moving.
Now, if we can clear the street, we can get the parade going again.
That's right. If folks can pull back a little bit off the street, get back onto the sidewalk, we'll be able to get the parade moving again and celebrate these great farms, these great organizations. And you know, it's great, honestly, to see young people getting involved as well. You know, I think a lot of us would like to see more of every age group get involved in our community, in our political process, making our voices heard. So kudos to young folks for getting involved as well.
I believe so.
And here we come with
The Love Sheet or Sheet X, a science-based urban art exhibit made from cardboard and foam board, the ultimate in recycling. My. That looks like something out of Back to the Future.
I know, right? We have Civil Rights for All. We celebrate democracy. They're a homegrown Marlboro group, started up by Ann Brush, the sign there of Banner Arts in Starksboro, and they started in 2017 working to work towards civil rights for all, making sure everyone is treated with dignity and respect, loving our farmers. We're doing a momentary die-in here in the effect for civil rights for all. We got Riverside Farm in South Newfane. They've got CSA Meats and Foods. Let's celebrate them as well and know that standing up for the climate, standing up for civil rights for all is critically important. Civil rights for all. Here they are, folks. Taking a moment and then continuing on. Let's give them a big round of applause.
And right in back of the Civil Rights for All, FM Kosmeskis Travel Cuz. They are a group that is educating the public that Travel Cuz at FM Kosmeskis is the new school transportation service for the Wyndham Southeast Supervisory District, a family-owned local business, and they indeed are superheroes.
Great work.
Okay.
Give them a big round of applause. Look at all the work they did to outfit that school bus.
I thought those were yellow.
They used to be. That one's going green. Maybe it'll be an electric school bus in a few years as we move on climate change as well.
Wouldn't be a problem with me. Let's go that way.
Looks like we are skipping around a little bit.
Yes, we have the Academy of Artistic Performance Dance Studio, some baton twirlers, and a number of dancers coming your way.
Give them a big round of applause.
They're all from Southern Vermont and Western Massachusetts, a top 5 national twirl team.
I've never understood how they can throw those things up and catch them so well every single time.
It's practice. It's got to be a lot of practice.
Fair enough. My dad used to say practice makes perfect.
Practice brings you closer to perfect.
Yeah, I'm not sure any of us ever quite get to perfect. Look at that. Amazing. Dancing, spinning, twirling. The Academy of Stars.
I've heard you do the same thing at the State House.
There's dancing and twirling for sure. Go kids, go moms and dads and families, helping encourage this great skill and practice, art form. Well done.
And I believe this is
Rocky Acres Farm. Mr. and Mrs. Wood and Sons operating their farm, Rocket Acres.
and they're followed closely behind by the Evening Star Grange, which of course, they have a member dressed as a chicken who's probably really, really hot. Their annual chicken pie dinner is this evening at the Grange from 5 until 7 p.m. You guys do the goes, Larry?
Good. After that, we got exchange students. The international exchange students have been participating in the parade for many years.
And there is
They've
still
got host families.
ability for you to host an exchange student in the Brattleboro area, right, Jill?
That's right. Reach out to them. We have Edward Jones Investments. They do a lot of work with retirement. They're trying to build the golden eggs and the moolah cash cow, as they say. So they're making an agricultural connection to your investments for your good retirement. Got some good cowbells on. Well done. Look at those golden eggs they've got right there in that John Deere.
So I'd rather you be the goose that laid the